NC Pork. Good for the plate, great for the state.
That's right.
Okay. All right. First, sorry for the delay. It's these guys. Great game. Really proud of our team, to win this ACC championship, to, win it outright regular season, and then to win in the tournament is special. A ton of credit to Pat and his team in Louisville. They're tough. They play both ends of the ball. They're disciplined, they're experienced, and give Edwards a ton of credit, for the shots that he was making tonight and to weather that storm. I don't know if it's necessarily bad defense on a lot of those. I just thought we came out in the second half and we're just so tough, played together, and really for us to be tested the last 3 games the way that we have, I think we're going to learn a ton from it and gives us extra motivation and lessons to move forward. But I'm just proud of these guys. They deserve it. Both of the guys to my left done a great job. Obviously, Con won MVP. He just was, throughout the entire tournament, was so solid, made so many winning plays. And then Kaman, the way he protects rebounds, and then his scoring punch has been, a great addition as well. So really proud of both these guys.
Okay, questions for the players first. Remember to raise your hand. Let's get the mics to you and let us know who you are, who you're with. First question to our right.
Come on, Con. When you go to Duke, you expect to cut down nets. You expect to celebrate, douse water on top of each other, it seems. How does expectations meet reality when that's what you hope to do coming to school? How does it feel right now to cut down nets and do all that?
Yeah, I mean, it's awesome. Especially getting to share with guys that you've been working hard with for a full season now almost. It's really, really special.
Come on.
I mean, as you said, it's fun and it's special, especially doing it with the guys you love, like the guys we've been through hard stuff together, and doing it with them makes it more fun and more special.
Front row to our right.
Brett Freelander, Saturday Down South. Con, what kind of statement does this run make, considering that you not only won this thing, but you won it without 2 very important players, and you came back from 5 points down at halftime against a good team today?
Yeah, I mean, we're a very good team. We knew we had to step up with Malik and Cooper, who are out, who are obviously super, super important players for us. But I thought everybody contributed and everybody pitched in, and we didn't need any Superman performances or anything like that. Everybody just stepped up and added to the team.
Front left.
This is for both players. Guys, in the first half, Louisville shooting on all cylinders. Second half, it was like y'all created a wall inside the paint. They couldn't get through. Can you walk me through that scheme?
Come on.
We just came out and played Duke defense. We went into the locker room at halftime. We regrouped together, and we came back out, and we knew we had to get stops and rebounds, and that's what we did.
Yeah, I mean, I thought we gave up too many offensive rebounds for sure in the first half. Thought we were a little soft on that end, especially inside. So we're just clearing that up, and coach is telling us that we were aware of it, but cleaning that up, and that led to the run in the second half.
Stand in front row.
Stephen Arthur, Virginia Tech Television. Con, on the stage, you stated 2 down, 1 to go. What needs to happen in order to make that a reality?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to stay together, keep working hard, keep listening to what this guy over here says, and being tough and resilient.
Back of the room.
Dick Cox with Lindy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Con, everybody in America thought a freshman player for Duke would be the MVP this weekend, and you didn't let them down. Can you just talk a little bit about, your game and how you just turned it up a notch and how you felt like you played this weekend?
I didn't really feel like I tried to turn it up a notch or anything. I just tried to make the right play. With Cooper being out, I knew some of the burden, especially the minutes. Like I had to play a lot more. So I mean, it was just trying to be sharp. Nothing spectacular. Not trying to do anything crazy.
Front row, right in front of me.
You. Oh, hey, Con. Steve Reed from the Associated Press. You've been shooting 40% or better from 3 all year. Tonight it wasn't going down. Did you make a conscious effort to get to the hole, to get to the basket, you just kind of try and change things up? And was that their defense, what they were giving you, and you took what they were giving you?
Yeah, I mean, I just missed some open ones tonight. That happens, but we're really giving up the baseline drive, so I knew I'd have some of that. And getting a 2 feet, shot fake, and trying to get to the foul line there as well.
Second row, right in front of us.
David Hale with ESPN. For either of you guys, Coach Shire talks about this last 3 games being an opportunity to have learned some lessons you can move forward with. What have you learned about your team over the last 3 days that maybe you didn't know beforehand?
Come on.
It says a lot having 2 guys down, especially with Malik and Coop being out. Says a lot about our team and our toughness, and says a lot about other guys stepping up, like in big moments, especially like Pat, how he stepped out this tournament.
Any other questions for the 2 players? Front row. We'll take 2 more.
Yeah, this is for both of the players. Cooper has really gotten a lot of attention all season. You guys have been really good all season, but do you feel like the last couple of days, the last 3 days, you've showed the nation, showed the college basketball world how good you guys really are, and maybe opened some eyes?
Con.
I mean, maybe. Obviously, Cooper's a great player, but this is a great team, and I think we showed that, and we really banded together.
Come on.
As Khan said, we just did what we do normally, and we didn't do nothing much. We were just us.
Last question for the players.
Alex Zetler with the Charlotte Observer. Come on. There was a play in the second half where you were on an island with Terrence Edwards. He takes it to the basket, and you swat it away. Can you take me through that play? And then generally, you also made a commentary about Duke defense. What does Duke defense mean?
That's what Duke defense means. Us people getting stops and us stepping up in such moments, especially in such ISOs, because I knew Terrence Edwards had it going in the first half, so I knew I had to step up for my teammates and step up for my team and get that stop.
Okay, thanks, guys. Head back to the locker room. Good job. Good job. We'll get them next week. Duke locker room is open. Will remain open. Scheduled to remain open until 12:15. Okay, questions for Coach?
Mike Sosna, Wilson Times. Coach, you referenced this in your statement. How did the 2 games earlier this week in a tournament, loser-go-homes format, help your team keep its composure when Louisville made that little run? And what was the mood in the locker room at halftime?
Well, I just challenged our guys at halftime because I didn't think we had the necessary toughness you need to win a championship. And our guys responded. They knew it. And I thought they came out with just a different edge to them in the start of the second half. And I think the thing we've learned in some of these games, just the value of every possession. Postseason is different now. So one turnover, I think if you look at the Carolina game, one turnover can totally change the momentum of how the game is going. Tonight, the value of just getting a rebound is huge. And we got rebounds in the second half. So they got a bunch too. Looking at it now, I haven't had a chance to see the box, but still we got loose balls, and I think that's something we had to go through to really understand postseason basketball is different.
Third row on our right.
In the spirit of some of the guys saying 1 more to go, winning a national championship, a year removed from you guys making the Elite Eight, being number 1 in the country right now, winning the regular season, winning the ACC tournament. Do you think it's possible to quantify success for this group with anything short than a trip to San Antonio?
Look, that's obviously the goal. There's no question about it, but I just don't think of it that way. I just think about it. I'm not running from that either. Don't get me wrong. That's what we want to do. But just for us, we've approached this whole year, finish what's right in front of you. And that's the same thing. So for us, what was right in front of us was tonight's game. We'll find out where we're going tomorrow. Obviously excited to, see that and, figure that out. And then we'll finish the next game and then go from there. But I don't want to make any proclamations of what's success or not. For me, success is making sure we're connected. We have We're tough. We do everything that we possibly can to put ourselves in that position, and I can say that we are.
Front row left.
Coach, it was 15 years ago. You were a senior. You won the ACC tournament. We
that
know
long, huh? It's that long ago.
Yes. At that moment, we all know y'all went and won that chip. Do you see any similarities from that team to this team? And also, would traveling to the Lenovo Center in Raleigh be easier for you guys in terms of Flag and Malik's injury?
Well, one, I can tell you what's not similar is we have athletic big guys on our team this year, and I didn't play with athletic big guys. Brian Zubak, you guys, come on, Brian Zubak, athlete, come on, you guys know what I'm talking about. But no, I love Zubs, but anytime I can give him a shot, that's my guy. And it helped Gerald Henderson leaving early, where I could actually touch the ball, senior year. But I think the only thing I could draw that's similar is we were incredibly connected. That's different. We had 5 guys that played over 100 games together, and we were tough. And really, you have to have. To me, that's a winning recipe for March. And as far as easier, absolutely not. I think it's again, we'll see if it is Raleigh, and if it is it nice you don't have to get on a flight? Sure. We've lost there a bunch. I mean, you can't assume wherever you are that's going to be any easier at all. So we're not going to approach it that way. But more time for Coop, and we'll see about Malik. That'll be important.
Wise for Malik and
right.
Coop, right?
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
and again, sorry. And travel-wise, obviously, if you didn't have to get on a flight, that's nice, and that no question I think would help.
That stays in the room about Zubak, right?
Oh, spread it right now. Get it out there.
Hey, Coach. Ranjan Jindal, Duke Chronicle. It seemed like in that second half on defense, you were changing some coverages, blitzing some screens, trying some different things there. Could you just talk through what you saw there and what your team particularly changed on that end of the floor?
Well, I think I screwed us up a little bit in the first half. I thought our defense was actually pretty good, and they hit tough shots, and I probably overreacted, and we went zone, and it was awful. I saw Coach Boeheim over there and thought we should go zone, and it didn't work at all. I couldn't get out of it quick enough, and in the second half, we did what we do. And again, that doesn't mean we don't change ball screen coverages. Edwards really had it going, so we stayed with him a little bit more, when typically we like to get back, and Kaman does a great job protecting our rim. But he just, to me, that was the only option for us, and we did a great job. They shoot so many threes, but we felt they're a paint team, and so protecting the paint was a big key tonight, and I thought we did a pretty good job of that.
Standing to our left.
Coach Adam Rowe, 24/7 Sports. I wanted to ask you about the Kaizen methodology. What made you pick that as kind of a message or theme to the team at the beginning of the year, and do you think you guys have implemented it successfully so far? I know it never really stops.
Well, for me, it just March 31st last year was a terrible feeling, and I've in my life I can remember the first time, even in high school, I missed a game-winning shot to go to a state semifinal championship game, state finals, and that led to so much growth. And for me last year, it was the same thing. So April 1 hit, and I want to make sure I could be the best I could for these guys. And it started with learning, reading, and I came across something where just a philosophy about Kaizen, this Japanese philosophy, basically talking about getting better every day and not getting caught up in results, but being caught up in the process and what you're doing every day to get better. And I told our team right away, I believe if we approach it the right way, one day at a time, when we have opportunities to win a championship like this, we'll be ready for it. Not to put up day one San Antonio or ACC regular season championship or ACC tournament championship. And our guys have taken it to heart. We said the entire preseason and the first day of practice, I broke our huddle with something else, and they said, no, Kaizen. And so we've kept that, and that's been something we say every day.
Front row.
John, I don't think the players understood the question I asked, so I'm going to ask you. Cooper cast such a very large shadow that maybe Khan and Kaman and some of the other guys don't really get the attention that they probably deserve because as well as they've played. Do you feel like these last 3 days has given them maybe a platform to show the world, the college basketball, how good they really are?
Well, I sure hope so. And it's first of all, I do understand your question. I think it's probably hard for me to answer because I see it every day, and I know how valuable they are. But I think to see them, you do have to step up and to do more. And Cooper, he just does so much for us. And to see Con, he's really been our go-to guy, without him. To see the versatility of other guys stepping up, come on. I think that the thing I told him, though, you don't have to try to do anything special. You just have to do the simple things really well, and then those special plays will naturally happen. And I thought that's exactly what happened for Kaman and Khan and some of our other guys tonight.
Middle of the room.
Peyton Titus, Courier-Journal. Last night, Pat Kelsey talked about how you called him after he won ACC Coach of the Year. How would you describe y'all's relationship and what he's done for the league in year one there? Well,
I've known Pat for some time. He got into coaching at a young age, and I don't know where I was at the time, finishing as a player or something. And Pat obviously has done an incredible job. I mean, the difference in a year. And I remember going to play them the first game. It's ironic we're playing them now. We played them the first game of the season, ACC season. And I think people were doubting them a lot because they had lost some games. And I remember prepping for them, and I told our staff, I said, these guys are going to be as good as anybody in our league. So I think it's been really important for the ACC. Pat's done a great job. He is a tough group. They're incredibly connected. So for us, it's honor to go against them tonight, and just want to congratulate him because I think coaches, you need to be for each other, And I respect what Pat's done, and just want to wish him well.
Front row.
John, Steve Reed from the AP. As you're going through the recruiting process with Con, I just wondered, was there a game or a play or something he did during that when he's playing high school ball or AAU ball that stood out to you and you're like, I need this guy? I mean, what was that?
I remember hearing about Con earlier in high school, and then I got to see him in person at AAU, but then I told our staff after I saw him at the NBA camp. And the NBA camp is, you're playing with different players. It's a different environment. And I just saw his ability to create shots for himself. And then I saw his ability to really guard. And most importantly, I saw what a competitor he was. And I left and I just said, all right, I don't care, man. He belongs at Duke. And our staff, from that point on, it was just all out to do whatever to get him to come to Duke. And I'm sure glad he chose Duke. I can tell you that much.
Back left.
John, Evan Ludwig with Sports Radio WFNZ. The last two games have been big for Patrick Gungba, especially with Malik Brown's injury. I mean, I know he hasn't played as much throughout the season, but the last few weeks he's gotten into a rhythm. How big is it for you to have Patrick really get into a rhythm right before the tournament starts?
Man, I could talk all day about Pat and the process that he's gone through. He came this summer and he couldn't even practice because he had pain in his feet. And I just want to give our medical team a shout out because they've done an incredible job. We put the brakes on with him to make sure it wasn't purposeful to do anything basketball-wise if he couldn't feel no pain and to move properly. And so we worked on his body. Pat really, just worked like crazy to get back healthy. He didn't play as much. We had a good thing going, and then he just slowly progressed, and works his butt off every day. He's Coach Will Stevens' best friend, and by the way, he's Kaman's best friend. I think both of those guys, it would be easy to look at each other like competition, for playing time or whatever. They've embraced making each other better every day. Anytime you see Kaman off the court, Pat's around there somewhere. Anytime you see Pat off the court, Kaman's somewhere there too, and they're best friends. And to see them push each other and then to have Pat ready, I mean, he's given us huge minutes. He's great feel. He's tough. He's got great defensive instincts to protect the rim and guard and pick and roll. And his skill set is just going to continue to blossom and be a really special guy for us going forward.
Second row right in front of us.
Hey, John. David Hale with ESPN. Two, if you don't mind. The first one very quickly. I'll ask about, I guess the news was out earlier. NCAA suggested that you guys had told them that Cooper would be okay for the tournament. Can you just kind of give us an update on what you expect from Cooper for the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I don't know who said that. I did not say that directly, but I can tell you that that's exactly my intention. It's the same thing. I mean, I think it's trending in a great way where Cooper will be ready to go right away in the NCAA tournament. So, yeah.
I wanted to ask you, other than the two teams that were out here tonight, if you believe the pundits who put this together, there'd be one ACC team in the tournament. You've just won this league in the regular season and the tournament. Does that make sense to you? Does that feel reasonable to you?
Sorry, what are you saying? I'm sorry.
3 ACC teams total in the NCAA tournament. Does that seem like a reasonable number to you, given what you guys have gone through all season?
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, when you go through your own schedule, you feel it's always tough, and I know some of the margins we won by this year were a lot, but this league, it's disappointing if that was to be the case, but I've tried to really not get into anything other than being laser focused on what we have to do. And I do know the teams we played in the tournament. I mean, Carolina, I think for any of you guys watching, did that not feel like an NCAA tournament game? I mean, for me, it did. Obviously, Louisville with their, their thing is set. But I'm not going to try to predict or say who should be in or who shouldn't, just because I've tried to really focus on ourselves and what we can do. But obviously, look, for our league going forward, we need more than 3 teams in. We need more than 4 teams in. I mean, that's something we have to continue to figure out and work on.
2 more, back of the room.
John, Dick Cox with Indy Sports and Cox Sports Broadcasting. Did you feel like going into the last 8 minutes tonight that your pressure defense and your depth was starting to wear them down mentally and physically, and they weren't as sharp going down that stretch?
Well, we do believe that we can wear on you, and obviously we want to start off fast and get the lead and keep it, but the most important thing is to have that belief that at some point you're going to break through, and that's what we had tonight. And I thought our guys did a great job of just being really disciplined. Thought we made it hard for them with our size, just putting bodies on them and going straight up. And I thought our talk was really on point in that second half with all the movement that their team does.
Last question. No pressure. Finish strong here.
Stephen Arthur, Virginia Tech Television. First of all, congratulations on the win. It's a pretty huge one for you and the team. You are a 2-time ACC champion, and this is the 23rd championship for the program. What kind of impact has Duke and its community has on your career as a coach?
Well, for me, Duke has meant everything. And it's not just the school. Obviously, I went here and I have a lot of great experiences, but it's the people. It's the people that have supported you in key moments along the way. So I think back to my playing days, and obviously that's Coach K and the coaching staff and my teammates. I think back to coming on staff here and this transition, which has been crazy. Nina King and her support for just understanding what this program needs and the vision going forward. And then we have the best fans in the world. I mean, every place we play, there's Duke shirts in the stands, and tonight was awesome with the crowd, and we're going to the game and people are waiting for us. So just the support from Duke fans all over the world showing up for us means a lot, and then supporting us, understanding we're building something special. And I think you can see that with this group. But for me, it's about the people at Duke that have supported along the way.
Thanks, Coach.
That's a good question. That was
he did okay. Yeah. We'll discuss and we'll give you a grade.
All right. Thank you, Phil.
Good job. We'll get him next week.
Range, me and the team on the same thing. Stayed down, never switched up. Only thing changed was the game. I'm in the zone now. Nothing can change what we on now. When I pull up, know it's going down. Foot on the gas, ain't no slowing down. Aiming for greatness, no settling. Kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Taking no L's, yeah, I gotta win. Watch me kick down the doors, they won't let me in. Who running the game now? Foot on the gas, can slow down. No, my team, we holding it down. We know we running it now. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. Watch the game change. game change, yeah.